Hey, hey, it's Bernadette. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a really, really good day today. I wanted to deliver a message from Spirit that I got. Started to get yesterday, and then our internet was out this morning. So, actually, most of the day until a couple hours ago. So, I didn't have a chance to come on earlier, but here I am now. So, say hello when you get here. I hope you guys are doing well. The message today is about what to do when things get heavy and life feels overwhelming. And I got this message. It kind of developed over this last week with all of the weather stuff that was going on. Hi, Mark. Hi, Janine. Janine, thank you for the makeup. I was actually playing. I cleaned my room today. Without internet, it's amazing what you can get done. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Cindy. But I was cleaning my makeup dressing table. So I decided to play after or before I dried my hair today. And I was playing with some of my old makeup and lipstick. I was like, I'm going to wear red today. So let's see how that red lipstick Janine sent you looks. So thank you, Janine. Any of you guys are in the LA area and you need a professional makeup artist for anything, Janine Self is the girl. She's amazing at it. Can't wait to go there and have you do my makeup. Anywho, but that's not what the message was about. So the message is about really how we can handle things when life gets tough. I look beautiful. You're so sweet. Thank you. I didn't even do my hair. I just dried it. And I'm like, done. It's Sunday. I've been cleaning all day. But I got a lot done this weekend. Launched a whole brand new business. If you guys have not seen A Sarcastic Queen on Facebook, that is my fun product page for sarcastic quotes. I'm going to do some empowerment stuff on there too, but we've been wanting to launch that for a while. It's a place my daughter can start to express her art and get it on coffee cups and t-shirts and stuff like that. But I've made some already. So you guys are welcome to go check that out. So I was driving through my neighborhood here in Washington, and it literally looked like the apocalypse hit. And for the last week with all the ice and snow, I've been sharing pictures with you guys. We lost a few trees in our backyard, and they came and cleaned it up. But going through our neighborhood and just watching the tree line, I share a lot of pictures with you guys, looking out towards Mount Rainier from my office window right here. You can see Mount Rainier when you can see it. But there's this beautiful forest of evergreen trees. And aloha, Heather. So I've watched during that storm the entire tree line change for days on end. I was watching it change when the snow was getting really heavy. All of the evergreen tree limbs were hanging down. They were like solid white, right? But on top of that, I watched on many of the trees, the top, because we had this heavy wind and ice, right? It was getting hammered for days on end. And the trees were bent over and then they froze that way and got more snow, more ice. But I watched for a couple of days here about the top 12 foot of several trees just break off and fall. I've watched a couple whole trees fall. And then you drive through my neighborhood and you just see where these trees couldn't take the weight of the snow and the ice anymore, and they just buckled. Like in my backyard, there was a point where there was like two branches going out and the trunk, and one little one going up, and the trunk just split where it couldn't hold the weight anymore of the heavy branches. And I began to talk to Spirit about it because it kept getting my attention. I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? And this is what the message was about. And I think it's kind of good when Spirit can use real life examples of things to get our attention and to help us to understand things, because it's like that a lot in life, right? We pile stuff on top of ourselves. First of all, responsibilities, obligations, work, life balance, kids, you know, we constantly are juggling things all the time. And then the storms of life hit, right? And our friends, the people we care about, they begin to have problems, and we take it on, and it begins to weigh us down. And we don't realize like how much it's weighing us down, how much it's affecting us, until, you know, we too get overwhelmed by the weight of all of it, and something ends up breaking. Something has to give. Like the trees, you know, they didn't crack at the trunk, not at the foundation. And that's the important part of this too, to imagine. It's like the trees weren't breaking from the bottom. Not to say some of them that weren't, you know, that were really old, they did go down from the bottom, like trunks and all, just tipped over, timber. But many of the sort of not as old trees, they were just the top 5, 10, 12 feet were breaking off under the weight of the ice and under the weight of the snow with the heavy winds. Like day after day, they were just getting battered. And we go through the same thing. If you have a solid foundation spiritually, if you build your life where there's good soil, right? And you have good people around you, because what I noticed too is it was the trees that went down, like roots and all, were next to other trees that were sick. Like they didn't have a whole lot of branches on them. They looked like something had gotten to them, whether it was bark beetle or the drought, I don't know. But it was the ones that were in between groupings of trees that didn't look healthy were the ones that went down from the root and didn't just break off at the top. The ones that were grouped together, the evergreens that are healthy, only the tops fell off. So just they took the weight off of the tops, and they will continue to grow, and I'm sure they'll get, you know, new branches on the top as well, right? But you think about it, and it's like, as long as you have a strong, solid foundation, you're planted in a good spot with healthy soil, and you have good, supportive, healthy people around you, when the storms of life hit you, when the weight comes against you, the overwhelm comes, you're not going to go down. You might have to shed some weight. You might have to lose some people. You might have to get rid of some of your belief systems and knock some junk out of your head that is contributing to that heaviness. But if you are rooted properly and you have good soil, good foundation, good people around you, hi Donna, you're gonna do just fine. The problem that I see with a lot of people, and what this message, like Spirit was talking to me about to share with you guys, you know, if we are around a lot of people that aren't healthy and we are the ones that are holding them up, and something, you know, it starts to weigh in on us, it starts to just weigh us down, one thing after another, and the storms keep happening and we go down, they're of no help. They're not healthy enough to help you. They'll probably go down too. You need to surround yourself with people who are positive, who have a good foundation, who speak positively, right? That are also planted well, that can take care of themselves when they go through things, that speak good things into you, that speak love and nourishment and all of that. So be very aware of that. There are times, just like the trees, when we have to prune people and things in our lives, where we have to be willing to let go of those people who are not supportive, right? Otherwise, they will take us down with them, right? You can love somebody still, and this is that thing of unconditional love. Unconditional. I love you without condition, but that doesn't mean that I can be with you, or that I can walk with you, or that I can stay talking to you. I can love you unconditionally from a distance, accept everything that you're choosing and doing, even if I don't agree with it, from a distance. But I don't have to carry the weight of all of your dysfunctional choices or your unhealthy choices. I can love you from here. I'm not going to put you down, but I also can't support you staying in that unhealthy place, right? Like, that's the unconditional love. A lot of people think unconditional love means to be codependent. It means to support others, to hold them up from the consequences of their own choices, in which case we get sucked down into the shit, literally, that they've created. Meanwhile, they're not paying for their consequences. Therefore, they can't learn from their lessons. And they just continually spew like a factory negativity and one negative circumstance after another. So if you begin to feel the weight of things in your life and it's coming from the outside and from the people around you, be willing to do some pruning. Be willing to lose a few of those branches. Cut them loose so that you can hold on to and continue your growth where you're planted, right? And if you find that you have a lot of stuff like that, that people are just constantly coming at you and weighing you down, then you need to take a time out and take care of yourself. I think we forget sometimes, you know, how to really like keep a very clear set of boundaries in our lives. People start to do things and we feel bad for them, especially you empaths and sensitives. You want to help everybody. You want to be there for everybody. You want to take the load off of them so that hopefully they can be happy. But sometimes they need to feel the weight of their own choices, right? And once in a while, we do get to do like what I did to go save our other 3 trees in our front yard. And I wish I had done it, you know, a little sooner before we lost the other 3, but couldn't even barely see outside. It was blizzard conditions, but I literally went out while I was watching a bunch of trees snap in the morning. We lost the 3 trees in our backyard. We didn't lose all of them. They actually were able to spare them, but we certainly lost a good portion of the trees. But I think they still have enough life in them to survive. But I literally went out and took a broom, a big, huge, like garage broom, and started knocking ice chunks off of the branches from that I could reach from the bottom to lighten the load. And these branches that were touching the ground and shouldn't be started to spring back, and I could just feel the relief from the tree. And while I couldn't get the top is the lighter part, I was at least able to release some of it so it could stay planted in its place. And we saved, you know, I was able to save 3 trees. And sometimes, you know, Spirit said, sometimes we have to do that for people. Like we have to help, not do it for them, but like, you know, shake their branches, get that heavy stuff off, you know. But if they're not willing to release it, and believe me, I was hitting some branches that were just like holding onto that ice. There was nothing, I was not going to risk my life because I had projectiles coming out of the tree at me. Like I wasn't going to risk my life for the sake of the tree, but I was willing to do what I could safely do to save the trees. And that's what we have to keep in mind with our families, with our friends. Funny that you're talking about this. I've been feeling the weight from others that I must love them from afar. And there is nothing wrong with that, right? They might be upset, especially if you're not playing into their same old games. And they may be angry that you're not as readily available for them. That is on them. That is not on you. I don't think that we would, you know, feel so heavy if we were just carrying our own load. But when we carry other people's loads for them, and it's stuff that they created, that's when our soul starts to feel really weighed down and when our emotions start to go off the rails. So you have to take care of yourself first. And there's nothing selfish about that. And I don't mean, you know, take care of your own wants first. Wants are one thing. Desires are one thing. Needs are completely different, you know, and that's where it's that funny line where some people like narcissists would say, I am taking care of myself first. Like, yeah, but you do it to the exclusion of and thoughtlessness, you know, about anybody else. That's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking about self-centered, selfish BS. Hi, Zohora. Thank you, sweetie. It's a little bright for me normally. I mean, I have red, but it's a little bright for me. But I felt a little bright today. I felt I needed to perk up today. So yeah, that's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking about becoming self-centered and only taking care of you. But what I am talking about truly is like, pay attention. What are you doing for yourself first to keep yourself firmly rooted on a solid foundation? You know, and then who's in your garden? Who's playing on your playground? You know, who are they being supportive? Are they sick? And their diseases of the mind are actually infecting you too, because that's the trees that I watch go down, like one after another, with these the entire tree went down. They were already sick and they were already weak. Well, if you've already got some limitations in your life, but you surround yourself with people who have weak minds, diseased thinking, they'll take you with them. And you don't need to go there. You don't need to do it. So that is the message from Spirit. I hope it makes sense. I hope that helps you guys today. We are gearing up for a super moon on Tuesday, the 19th. The energy has already started to amp up and ramp up. So as of last night, like the trying to fall asleep thing, not so easy. Staying asleep thing, not so easy. So I'll talk to you guys about that tomorrow or Tuesday. But just know if you're up a lot and you can't fall asleep, like journal, read a good book. Books are really good, like especially, you know, the Bible, self-help books, spiritual texts. They tend to be, when it's a lot, your ego tends to put you to sleep just because it doesn't want you to hear all of the good stuff. For those of you who are in Soul Fast, you can always go into your account on my website and just start doing a bunch of the videos on Soul Fast, and your ego will be like, no, 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 let's sleep now. But you'll hear it subliminally and unconsciously. And for those of you who are not in Soul Fast and have not heard, I'm going to leave the price where it's at right now. You can get in for $27. The link is pinned, I believe, to the top of the page. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Who in here is a Patreon Gold member? Who's here right now that's Patreon Gold? I was thinking about jumping on tonight and doing our coaching, our monthly Gold coaching, but I didn't know who was around. Cindy, I know you are. Janine, I think you're here. And I can't remember who else is in our gold level. I know Julie is. You're having a lot of tooth pain. Have you tried clove oil? Clove oil works good. Is it tooth or gums? Oregano oil works for infection. Clove oil works for pain. Janine's here. Do you guys want to do it tonight? I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I probably need to take care of that. But like, it's almost 5. I could do like 6:30 if you guys want to do your coaching. Not available from 5:30 to 6:30, so we could do 6:30. You guys want 6:30? I'll send you guys a link, and we can do our Zoom coaching for the month. Okay, cool. So, and if you guys don't know what Patreon is where people can go and donate for $5 a month for all the free content that I give you guys. If you want to pay $15 a month, you get some extras. You get the weekly forecast. You get some extra teachings, like I'm teaching the tarot for the silver and gold members. And if you're a $35 a month patron and you're supporting my work at that level, you get a monthly coaching with me, 1 hour a month. It's a really good deal considering my hourly rate is $220. So y'all, if you want to get in and work with me, but you can't, that's a great way to do it. And we have a lot of fun in there, and it's your coaching. So whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever Spirit says, you know, whatever you need help getting through, it's a great way to be able to work with me. So, all right, girls, then I will see you guys at 6:30. Let's plan on that. And for the rest of you, have a wonderful, wonderful night. Get ready. The full moon's coming, and this one's going to pack a punch. As you can tell with the energy, start thinking, where can I prune in my life? Where do I need to get rid of some heaviness, some responsibility, so that I don't go down with the, you know, the entire, like my entire life doesn't go down. Just start cutting off the things that are no longer necessary or helpful. Okay. If you want to reach me for a one-on-one, my schedule is wide open next week. Hit me up on bernadettegold.com, and I will see you guys later.